Okay, what the heck happened to the stock of Logitech International today? This company, which makes computer peripherals like keyboards and mice, along with headphones, mobile speakers, video conferencing gear, tablet accessories, remote controls, all kinds of expensive high-end gaming equipment, had been a huge winner in recent years. But when Logitech reported last night, the numbers were, let's say, call them less than perfect. While the company delivered a modest top and bottom line beat, these were record numbers in absolute terms. When you drill down, you see some real areas of what I regard as weakness. Logitech missed revenue expectations in 5 out of 9 major product segments. On top of that, the company merely maintained its guidance when many investors hoped they would raise numbers. At the end of August, the stock was up nearly 50% for the year. Now it's only up about 7%. That's a bruising, even as Logitech's still a terrific long-term performer. So exactly how worried should we be? I think we need to dig deeper with Bracken Darrell. He's the president and CEO of Logitech, get a better sense of the quarter and where the company's headed. Mr. Darrell, welcome back to Mad Money.
Hey, it is great to be here, Jim. Thank you.
Okay, so Bracken, I'm trying to decide which metrics I should count on. The gross margins were definitely what I wanted. You've got incredible leverage to esports, e-gaming. I think that's great. But then I'm drawn to some of these revenue numbers. I look at, say, mobile speakers. I look at smart home. And then I say, well, maybe I'm being too bullish. Could you explain and, let's say, solve my conundrum?
Let me relax you a little bit. So first, the 2 categories that I would focus on, or 3 categories I'd focus on, are first, gaming. As you said, we grew 43%. We're on a tear, and you know the whole story. You discovered it first. Second one is video collaboration. It's also on a tear. Grew 25%. Actually, the sellout underneath that grew 50%. So it's on a tear. Third, that old core business that everybody has given up on grew 8%. It's still a very healthy business. It's growing nicely. So those are the 3 numbers I would focus on. The Bluetooth speaker number is we're in a transition. We're bringing out 2 new versions of the Boom and the Mega Boom. So we were forcing out the old ones for the last 2.5 quarters, and now we're bringing in the new ones. So that's in transition. And the home business is a tiny business for us. It's 1% of our total business. I wouldn't even bother looking at it.
Well, okay, so we have to define why the stock did go down. I mean, the wrap is obviously that you did not blow out the numbers, and we're also used to you blowing out the numbers. Can we rationalize that expectations got too high and all you did was deliver your usual greatness?
Well, you know, here's the story. So we grew double digit. We grew 10%. Last quarter, you'll remember, we raised our guidance, both top line and bottom line. So it would have been kind of odd for us to raise 2 quarters in a row. As you said, our gross margin, which in my view is the most important number on a P&L, we hit the upper end of the guidance, and we over-deliver our profit, and we deliver very strong on the profit line. So overall, I think it was a strong quarter.
Now, I know that you were asked by a fellow from Maine First Bank, don't really know them, about the processing shortages, Intel shortage, and what that did to you. Now, I figured because your gross margin is so good, it's really a non-factor. But I just am curious to know what is going on in terms of semiconductors shortages and Logitech.
You know, I think semiconductors, we obviously use a lot of chipsets throughout our different products. But we really haven't had a problem with chipsets or the other components that are running in shortages in China. We have a fantastic operations team, very long-standing relationships with our suppliers, and we've been able to get exactly what we need when we need it.
All right, so speak to me about esports, because you know that let's just say when the dust settles, we're going to be looking at those revenue numbers and realize between that and keyboards, that's all we really need to look at, because that's what this company's becoming. If you wanted to shut the stuff that's slower right now, you could do it and raise the multiple of your stock. It does appear to me, that what was on fire is just getting hotter.
It is getting hotter, Jim. You know, esports, we launched two new mice this quarter. We launched one that we spent 2 years developing it with pros, directly with pros. It weighs 80 grams, it's super, super light. And then the other one, we took the biggest mouse in the gaming business, and we upgraded it with the best sensor in the world. And it's on fire. So, and our business is super, super hot.
All right, so Bracken, are you ready to do what I think smart business people are doing, including a friend of mine, which is begin to get behind little league teams of gamers? Because we have a progression. If you're a baseball player, well, you've got little league. Basketball, I played bitty basketball with hopes of one day I'd be a pro. There's Pop Warner. I thought maybe I'd be a pro. You know what I'm talking about. Now we have NCAA scholarships that are coming. A Logitech branded 7, 8, 9-year-old team would make it so that your company would have gaming for ages and a stream of revenue that would be remarkable.
We so believe in this, Jim. You know, there's a company, a startup called Super League Gaming that has teams across the United States and all the major cities, has the equivalent of kind of Little League and bitty basketball and Pop Warner football, all kind of combined. And we have invested in that company because we do really believe in this. So we're right on it.
How about on the software side? What do you have?
Well, you know, software, when I started the company, we had, I think, we had firmware engineers, but no real software engineers. Today, about 1 out of 3 of our engineers are software engineers in our product groups. And we're adding software throughout our business. In our Jaybird business, the earphone business now, we've got a really nice app where you can customize the sound, and you've got an incredible equalizer and some really cool things coming that I just looked at this morning. So we've got software coming into every product line. We've got AI in our video conferencing equipment, which is cool.
And the last thing I want to know, just in terms of your judgment, Fortnite or Red Dead Redemption 2? What do you think?
I'm going to go with Fortnite.
Whoa, I don't want to tell Six-Pack Zelnick that. He'll come up, he'll find you. He has a particular set of skills. You better be careful. Anyway, look, I think gaming's huge, and you didn't diminish my order for it one bit. Thank you so much for coming on. Bracken Darrell, President and CEO of Logitech. Good to see you, sir.
Thanks so much.
Mad Money's back after the break. Booyah! Jim Cramer here from Mad Money. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube. Click here to subscribe and get the jump on my exclusives with CEOs, plus market news, investing advice, and a whole lot more.